Oh, geez, it's back. Yay! I hope I don't have any more of those tonight. Did it send it into a different thing? I bet you it sent it into a different thing. New channel. Open YouTube channel. Ah, this old nightmare. Live. Yeah, okay. Jeez Louise. Let's try that. Yeah, I don't know why I can't just reconnect. As soon as it disconnects, it's like, oh, you're done. And then it just posts it. Oh, that's so stupid. I don't like that. What are you doing, YouTube? Alright, you know what? We're gonna move that. We're gonna go ahead and move that. Yeah. Because that was not right. Okay, I got somebody here. But those YouTube things cover my stuff. Oh, and they're gone. Whatever. I'm just gonna go back to what I was doing. This is why it's called a final test, because after this, I'm not gonna try this anymore. This is not a good experience. Let's go back to what I was doing. See how long I can go before this thing crashes again now. Jeez Louise. So it's just, I can't have all this open. I don't have enough screen. Oh no. Yeah, that's not cool. I can't have all of it open at the same time. Ah, jeez. So I gotta split the difference. Okay, I'm gonna split the difference. Oof. Maybe I can just Oh yeah, that's great. There we go. Yeah, perfect. All right, I think it works now. All right. Oh jeez. Oof. All right. More. Okay. Everything's green, so I hope that means. Hope that means it's streaming. I'm just gonna hope it's streaming because this is just ridiculous. Doesn't quite show everything, does it? There we go. Here's Bandit. Oh yeah, Bandit time. Oh. Well, it's nice to see he showed up. Huh, well that's cool. I don't know if the current viewer count says 0, so I'm gonna take your comment as a good thing, because I'm having YouTube's giving me one heck of a time right now, so. But the comment is appreciated. Yeah, because viewer count says it's 0, but it shows the comment right there, so I guess that's nice. Oof. I really don't know what's going on with YouTube. Okay, well, I'm gonna believe the text. You say you're watching me. I believe you're watching me. Ugh. So I'm just drawing fierce right now. But so this is something I'm supposed to start doing last year, actually. But I'm sorry, not last year. Next year. I'm supposed to be doing it next year. But I thought I'd get ahead of the curve and start streaming early. And I'm glad I decided to do that, because YouTube's been giving me one heck of a journey. Just trying to get the stream to work. I realize it's like why more people don't do this now, because it's like, oh, it's actually kind of a nightmare trying to get everything set up. I don't know if there's other websites that make it easier, but it's just, oof. Okay. Oh, so tiny. That's how most of my doodles are. Alrighty. Whoops. Yeah, there's a. Well, if you want to get into it, I guess, because I bought like this $30 program a couple years back, but YouTube changed how they do streaming, and they didn't update the program, so the program that I spent money on just doesn't work. So I just recently got a free program off of Steam to make it work, and it works fine. It's just that I wasn't expecting having to do it. It's that thing of just like, oh, I'm using the program. I used it to test stream once, like years ago, and then now it's just like, oh, it doesn't work now. So oof, that is definitely way too close. But yeah, so that's just been my Avenger today. I will admit, like the fact that it only took less than a day to figure out how to set up again was nice. So alrighty. I'm constantly. I had my stream cut out Oh, and there it goes again. Ah, I hate it. There's this little light on the corner of my screen, and it changes colors whenever my signal goes bad. I might not have a good enough upload speed to do the whole streaming thing. You know, my efforts might be for naught. But do I want to do that? Yeah, I'll go ahead and do it. But oof. I think I did that backwards. I did. It's just constantly keeping me on the edge where it's just like, ah, it's going orange. Now it's back to yellow. Oh my goodness. This is so panic inducing. I don't like it at all. Oh, jeez. It's a nightmare. Oof. I hope you're enjoying it though. At least I don't know. I just can't depend on how many people are actually watching this thing. I thought nobody was, but then you hopped on and it still says nobody is, but you there typed a couple of times. I think I always try to figure out. It's just like, how does she have like hands on her wings sometimes, but not all the time? Is that an all the time thing, and I'm just messing up? Because I am not sure. Does she just have hands on her wings? I think I'm using the wrong example. I don't think she has those anymore on my thing. Yeah, I'm using the old example. Usually all the time she has hands up here. Huh. Okay. Well, you're the expert on it. Because the thing is, it's like, I just realized I haven't actually drawn her flying. I've only drawn her, like, I don't know, uh, just futzing around, I guess, but actually, I kind of like the way that looks. Whoops. The other thing that kind of confused me is just like, I don't. She doesn't have a tail, right? Oh, I figured it out. That's what I'm missing. Okay, because that's just my bird anatomy messing me up because it's like, oh, you know, you need a tail. a birds need the tail to steer and stuff like that. That's important, and so that's just something from back from my bird anatomy learning. So, but in this context, it doesn't matter. All right. The thing is like, uh, I gotta confess, I was pretty um, sad that you said no to my interview because like I wanted to be able to ask you a lot of questions like that and get down into some nitty gritty specifics. But yeah, and I don't know why you said no, but um, I'm assuming it's a scheduling thing. You just didn't have time for me. So, which is understandable. I mean, my life was busy. I don't know why I asked, to be honest, because I was just like, I was too busy to do it myself. So, but she's even smaller than him. Maybe if I want things to be the same size, I should zoom out. Oh boy. Okay. Well, if you say it's still in, there's still a chance of us getting there and doing that interview because I really just want to pick your brain about like the. Oh, I forgot him again. I'm so angry now. Uh, is that right? Yeah, that's right. I always forget those little marks on his face. All right, but anyways, what I was saying before is I want to pick your brain about like the world and uh, just the ecosystem and everything like that because it looks so interesting. It looks so interesting to me, and I'm so curious of all these different things that's going on and what makes it all work. I'm just so curious about all of it. So, just gonna keep that wing on the edge there so I don't go even smaller. uh, the only reason I'm zooming in at all is because it's like so I don't have when you zoom out by default you got all this gray around the edges there and it's just all this wasted space and I was just like I'll zoom in a little and a little bit more and a little bit more and my tablet's screen is actually physically pretty small by comparison of other art tablets, so it's like a little crazy. No, I shouldn't draw him. That might be spoilery for the comic. Um, Spurs. Why not? Oh, please write a series Bible. That would. Oh man. I understand my comic is not canon by no stretch of the imagination, but it sure would help me operate with the tools. It would make me understand what tools I have on my disposal for sure, because uh, it's one of those things where for me, like all I have are your games, right? So I play your games. I'm like, oh yeah, I think I get it, and then I I go to start writing the comic, and it's changed since when I initially started writing it. But there was definitely moments where it's just like, hey, what do you think about this and that and all that other things, and then it's just like you lay down what actually was the truth, and I go back and play the games, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's what was happening, and I just completely misinterpreted it. Where and it's definitely not a you thing. It's definitely a me looking at it and me making some assumptions about what I'm looking at. So, but like I don't know. Oh, what was I was talking to someone about this not that long ago. What was it? Which the biggest drop you've made recently is I don't think I've ever seen actual images of Fierce's parents, and you dropped that up on there with a bit of lore and stuff, and I was just like, oh yes, this is something I can use. I got so excited for that. You dropped the mom reveal and then the dad reveal, and I was just like, what? I had to. I was at work when that was happening, and I was just like, oh, I definitely had a little bit of a panic where it was just like, oh no, why is he posting this now? I need to go draw these people now. I gotta go practice for the fierce flashbacks that are gonna happen in my comic. So thank you for that. uh, the thing is, I think it is more important to post at all than to. I'm gonna go bigger. Yeah, I'm gonna go bigger. We're gonna do it live. Jeez. See, I'm getting so distracted by the conversation we're having that I'm not drawing. I need to really pick my poses before I start drawing because it's. Jeez. Well, I'm so glad you did it, but as I was saying before, it's just like I think it's more important that, that posts get made, and you can't be really worried about like when you're making them. Like if they, especially if it's like, oh, is this too early? Is this too late? And it's just like I know that in certain markets, if you're posting things, let's go extreme. I know that in certain markets you can like have access to the algorithm of like what's the best time for me to post on Instagram or something like that, and it it that's useful information to have, but most websites and stuff don't have that. Like, why did I decide to start streaming at 6 o'clock on Wednesdays? I don't know. What I just figured out is just like, oh, my internet cuts out at that time every Wednesday. Like every day, it cuts out at 6 o'clock. I don't know why, but it's quite annoying. Let me try to figure this out. Whatever. I'll draw the rest of it and figure it out later. uh, Man, I don't know how she lugs this thing around. I'm not gonna go into it, but I have a part in the second issue of the comic, which so that's like miles out from here because I'm only halfway first the first issue. But um, I showcase why I like all the things she can do with it, and it's like, yeah, actually, it in the storyboard it looks good for sure. So, but um, I think the first thing she does when she whips it out is she uses it kind of like a hang glider. So, which I thought was cool. That it's just like, oh, okay, you could just like float down on this thing or whatever. But My friend pointed out, it's just like, oh, it doesn't make any sense because if it's a boomerang, it's gotta have like heft and weight to it, and it's just we got into mass and all that, and it's just like, oh look, I'm drawing a cartoon comic. I don't need your logic going into that. But then again, that's like, uh, it's I don't know. It's fiction. It's fiction. I can do whatever I want with it. It's my fiction. Uh, like now, if I was making an official comic, like wink wink, then I'd be beholden to the laws and rules, at least the original creator. Because it's a fan comic, I can do whatever I want. It's not canon. None of it's canon. Uh, the rule I'm operating on right now is like the games are canon to the comic, but the comic isn't canon to the games, obviously. So, because the last thing I think you need is worrying about just like what did this other person do and trying to adjust your work accordingly. Because I'm like, you're making games, and I'm making a comic based off of your games, and it's like, oh, while you're making this game, I do like, what if I killed off one of your main characters or something? Wait, maybe I should kill off one of your main characters. That would certainly decanonize my comic, because it's just like, well, this guy's alive in the games, but not alive in the comics. So, okay, obviously they're completely different, I don't know, timelines or whatever you want to talk about it, describe it as, but so actually, one of the things that happened in the comic recently that I felt such a dum-dum about is uh, the fact that, oh, I'm gonna have to move this head. Uh, is the fact that there's no fighting in the first issue, and then in the second issue, there's like a fight, and then what we're calling a struggle, because it's not like an actual fight scene, but it's just like, hey, maybe you should put some action into your first issue to show that there's some fighting. And the thing is, it's like, that's before we made the whole like flashback and whatever, because that wasn't originally there. Originally, how I had it written in the storyboard was 100% just like they start at the tavern, which I don't know what that place is. I probably should have filled it up with more characters than just the main ones, but I was really I didn't have a lot of time to do a lot of this stuff. Which makes me sad, but one of the great things about working in a digital medium is like you can go back and add more. Like I gotta add a huge crowd of characters out there. As weird as it sounds, like that's one of the things I liked about the I don't know Archie Comics' take on Sonic is like when I play a Sonic video game, it's like, oh, it's super empty. This is not populated at all. And then, I go and read an Archie comic of Sonic the Hedgehog, and it's just like, wow, there's all these characters, and I like that. But let's see here. You wrote something else. This is kind of why I brought you on to make the intro panel. Oh, well, yeah. I don't know if you told people about that. So I'm not gonna say that much about it on stream unless you say it's okay to talk about. But I didn't see any public announcements about me being involved in that at all. But speaking about that, I say I'm not going to talk about it and immediately go into it. I just want to say thank you for that, because it's like a dream come true. Okay, thank you for letting me talk about it. But yeah, I want to thank you for that, because it's very rare for me to like somebody else's product or IP. I'm going to use, intellectual property. I don't like the word, but I'll use it here. It's not very often where it's just like, hey, I like this other person's stuff, and then it's like, oh shoot, they got a Discord and actually like a lot of ways to actually contact them. and then you contact them. It's just like, hey, I want to make a thing, and usually they just like, I don't know. It's like they usually already have ins to those mediums. It's like they always have like a friend who already draws comics, and they're like, hey, look, if I'm gonna do a comic based off of my thing, I'm gonna have my buddy Steve do it before I'd have you do it. You know, no offense, but it's just like, and I get that because it's like, um, it, because those people have been with them, you know, through thick and thin. You know, it's just like, yeah, and if like I have a friend who makes music and stuff, and I definitely would offer him the job before somebody on my Discord or something like that. So, but the fact that you were like, you know, you gave me your blessing on the fan comic, and then the fact that you contact me and was like, hey, do you want to, you know, do a little test run on this? And it's just like, oh wow, really cool. So that made me very very happy. So you made my day that day for sure. And then I looked at my calendar and looked at my schedule, and I'm like, oh no, when does this need to be done? And you know, you gave me that very loose schedule. So it's like, oh, you know, it needs to get done. So yeah, so yeah, just again, thank you because that is an opportunity I am not usually given. I'm not digging this mouth. I think I need to go more extreme. Nope, still not digging it. I might have to figure that out later. Oh, I know what it did wrong there. Yeah, I'm not gonna fix it. These are just doodles. Man, is this the mouth gonna be the thing that trips me up? Man, actually, I'm starting to not like her entire face right now. Oh, sorry, that was an alarm. Oof. Okay, I'm gonna change my training schedule because I think I definitely need more practice with her. For sure. Yeah, I don't know where I messed up. Like it's not bad. Don't get me wrong. It's just like something's off about it. And I think that the problem is I didn't have a post thought out in the first place. Oof. Oh boy. Oh boy. Whoops. Wait, actually, that's probably not a bad idea. I probably do want to save. For those who didn't catch it, I hope nobody saw those save files because it's like Who was supposed to see that yet? I'm sorry, I'm typing names and stuff right now. Oh, wow. We're all the way up to doodle number 61. I've been going at it this year. Alright, back to the art. You know what? I drew 3 fierce characters, and maybe I should move on to something else. Just maybe. Maybe. I'm browsing my character portfolio. You know what? Why not? I'm into some no-go characters. Why not? Yeah. Okay. No, you know what? No, I'm I think I'm just gonna have somebody play it on their little Game Boy. Oh, the hands are so big. I'm not doing a lot of chatting now. Well, the thing is, like, I wish I could play some, like, music, but I don't know what YouTube is okay with and what it isn't. Otherwise, I would totally just have background music. That way, whenever I'd never have like dead air. I hate dead air. Um, most of the, not so much in when I'm consuming other people's stuff, because usually when I watch other people's YouTubes or streams or whatever, it's usually because you know, it's something, it's background noise for while I'm drawing myself. So whenever I make that woof noise, you know, I mess something up. There we go. Yeah, that doesn't look that bad. Oof. Zooming in too much. Ah! Ah, there you go. Whoops. I forgot to switch the colors. Jeez. Come on. You could get a lot closer than that. Come on. It's just a small smooch. You don't have to worry about it. Woof. That was not my. Why am I making so many mistakes? I swear it's not like this. I'm super professional. I am super professional, I swear. If you don't know what professional looks like, that's what this looks like. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's just madness. Madness. So my mouth is getting dry. I'm not used to talking so much, I don't think. As my friends all scoff at me because it's like, what are you talking about? You talk all the time. You don't shut up. Uh, you know what? Good enough for me. Actually, you know what? I'm running out of time because I got this one Christmas comic I'm supposed to finish. Maybe I should be drawing that instead. I think I pretty much figured out. I got that one storyboarded out and everything. I just got to start inking and coloring it and spell checking it, which for me the hardest part of the entire process is definitely the spell checking because I don't spell very good. I spell poorly, which you know I'm pretty ashamed about. But I'm working hard on it, and I actually have a lot less. The person I hired to do my spell checking for me flat out told me it's like, yeah, you're getting better. Like I still have like apparently a lot of punctuation issues, but oof. Go back to my training. Want the line to be in between those two. Give her a big smile. Just having fun. Having fun drawing peeps. So this is actually a character from one of my buddies from DeviantArt. Um, yeah, we do this art trade, a monthly art trade, which I'm doing that with several people, but and they do some really good stuff. Like I like the stuff they put out. It's let's see, Lo-Fi Leaf on DeviantArt. Yeah, I really like their style. It was going into like kind of like almost a, that style of like children books that I really like because I you know whether you think they're good material or not about children books, like one of the things I really like about modern children books that are going on right now is the fact that the art in them just looks amazing, and he was heading that direction for a while, and now he's doing something else. I'm not quite sure. it's in the same ballpark, but it's it's that thing of just like, oh, okay, he's doing this now, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's one of those things that just like it seems like they do a lot of experimenting, which is a very good thing. So because uh, so I used to teach an art class, right? And the first thing I found out when I finished up with that whole thing is just like everybody went on to be way more successful than me in a way that I was just like, huh, maybe I'm better at teaching this than actually doing it in that like super upsetting way. But I and eventually I got over it, but it was definitely like a real like, hey, what the heck? Why is all my students making more money at me? What do you mean they don't have a second job? They just draw art. All right. Oh, you know what? Just a little bowl. Clean this up just a bit. Oh, I'm an idiot. I forgot the crown. Oof. All right. I think it's going back to fierce characters. I got my second. I got my second fierce wind. Oh, it just fit right in there. It's like a puzzle. It's like a puzzle. The thing is, I don't know if like. I'm streaming this right now, but I don't know if this is should be a thing. I'm told it should be a thing because apparently, I was straight up told up by a colleague of mine where it's just like, hey, you should start streaming because, uh, you know, the fact that the medium, like just art in general, on the internet is the way that it is right now, people are way more interested in the process of making things than the actual end product of making things. Because somebody will like favorite your image on any place you post it, and then while they're scrolling down on their phone, and then they'll like check mark it, and then go on from there. You know what? I think you're right. It's that thing of just like I personally don't see the benefits of it right now, but I'm assured by people I trust that it's just like, oh, you just keep on that horse and actually get good at it. So, um, it's I don't know. It's definitely a weird thing for me, and you know, it's like on your Discord, right? I know there are several people that are just like, oh hey, I'm gonna do streaming someday. Wait, who's doing streaming? Because somebody streamed something not that long ago from the Discord. Who was it though? I'm gonna stop drawing for a second to look this up because I know who it was. I know this. It was where'd they go? Yeah, Cleve. Ink Dragon. Yeah, the Ink Dragon works. Yeah, they were doing the stream. They were like streaming them the game development stuff. And I was like, hey, you know, and I it's just one of those things that I see that, and you're just like, oh, okay. people aren't just saying they're going to do things; they actually do things. So yeah, I streams every now and then. I actually like the stuff they're putting out because it's one of the things where it's just like I'm watching them and I was like, oh, hey, I think maybe this whole making a game thing might be viable for even like me, who's tried it and semi failed at it. I say semi failed. I have made games in the past, uh, but they were not very good. Um, and absolutely would not survive in a modern context. So, um, but, uh, yeah, you know what? So, actually, I do have a question for you. Um, I one of the characters I do not see in any of the advertising for your next game is blind. Is are they going to be in the game, or is it like what's the deal with that? I'm very curious. Is that like a spoiler thing, or because if it's like a, oh, you got to play the game to find out kind of a deal, I'm fine with that. But I'm just so curious about all that stuff. I don't know. I'm pretty excited for the next game because I guess I wouldn't know if it was in the story because I'd probably be drawing it. Okay, won't be in trip. Okay, in the next one. Okay, all right, all right. So the other question I had of like on like a timeline scale is this like in the past, like in the distant past, or is it like I'm trying to work out the timeline. Like, is it a different planet, or like again, it's just like I don't know. A Bible sure would be useful. uh, let's see here. Place the past on a different planet. Oh, so it's both of those things. It's in the past and a different planet. I see. I see. See, you don't have like any uh, like big game press releases or anything like that. Uh, so it's like, oh, okay. There's no place where there's no responsibility to drop lore bombs every month or so. So it's just not an issue. So one of the problems I'm having with a lot of your characters is I keep on redesigning them to the point where I don't know, I've redesigned Fierce like at least 70 different times. And one of the things is like he's different than even the initial stuff that I showed you. Like, and I think I posted that stuff on the Discord, and it it's one of those things that's just like I I drew that stuff and I was like, yeah, it's pretty good, and then just overwhelming negative response, and I'm like, okay, maybe I should give these a second draft, and then I did, and I was extremely satisfied with the results. So, like the stuff I posted on the Discord way back are pretty different than what I eventually had in the actual comic. But I am happy with it because like even to the point where the official name of the character is as Fierce Blue because he has a lot more in the color scheme, right? And the first thing I remember when I posted the original versions of him, I think it was you specifically said that it's just like I ain't a fan of the color scheme, but okay. Um, so which I don't know. The thing is like the whole color scheme came together to the point of like um the part that made it work was when I added all those white highlights onto the character, and I was like, shoot, I like that. And the reason why I did that was because I was I I was doing that with all the other characters. They'd always have like these cool designs and highlights on all their clothes with these white accents and stuff like that. And um, Fierce didn't have any of those, and so like I added them to like his outfit, and I was just like, oh, that's it. It looks great now. So I am really comfortable with the way he looks now in the comic, but it's almost to a point where somebody pointed out it's just like it's right on the fence of almost being like a recolored fan character. Like if you put the two, like your design of Fierce and my divine design of Fierce next to each other, someone could argue it's just like, oh, these aren't the same character, you know, which it's like, oh, okay. Um, and even one of my friends compared it just like, oh, it's like if you recolored a Sonic the Hedgehog to be green instead of blue, and it's just like this is my fan OC, and I'm just like, huh, yeah, I don't know, but because in the original color scheme there's a lot more browns and reds and things like that, but every time I tried to draw that with my style with all the black ink outlines and stuff like that, it always ended up looking so muddy to the point of just like, okay, he looks like this blackish, brownish blob in a way that didn't look good when I drew him. So, and the thing is like, you've seen me draw him. Like, I think I did a picture before the even Cosmic Heist came out. I drew a picture of it, and I like that picture a lot, but it really showed to me the fact that there's something to this character design that comes off extremely well in sprites that doesn't come off well when you add all of the mess that I give it as an artist. So it's one of those things that's just like, oh yeah, I can just do that. And then I did it and I was just like, wait, something looks wrong. So, um, which the thing is I could have gone full on uh, adaptive with it, where it's just like, okay, I'm gonna make it look like the sprite, and what I learned through that process is the fact that it's just like, oh, this takes me a lot longer to do, which makes me like, I'm curious about your time. Like, how long does it take you to like make a sprite of any of these characters? Does it take like a really long time where you have to figure everything out, or do you just like blot it down and it's like that's it, it's good? Because I think your sprite, like the sprite work in your games and stuff like that, are extremely good. Um, because like all those problems I had drawing him in my work, like they're not an issue in the games. Like when you're moving around and playing them, it's just like there is no miscommunication of where your character is or which direction you're going or any of that stuff that I seem to have when I try to draw it in my style. So, but I don't know. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, and I understand that the colors was a minor nitpick. But it is something where it's just like you put that out there, and the thing is that that was straight up a first draft with the colors, and it's funny because it's like out of all the characters that I changed the colors to, Fierce was the one that actually kept the original colors I gave him. Everybody else's colors has changed. I think the only like my the fan characters, the fan trio that I added, with Spurs, Dumbler, and Hush, like those three, they all they all kept their colors, but it got reorganized in a little bit. Um, but other than Fierce and those three, I think everybody else's colors either shifted or changed in one way or another. I do remember that the one characters, the colors that changed the most was definitely Azure Malice, which in the end of everything, it didn't even really matter that much because, Azure isn't going to be. Sorry, I'm saying Azure. It's Azrael. Um, I blame myself for that mistake because I misspelled it on his profile thing, and still haven't fixed it on my the profile picture that has all the rules of how to draw him and how not to draw him, the do's and don'ts of each character. And I misspelled his name as Azure, and I was just like, dang it, and I still haven't fixed it. Oh my goodness! And I just realizing that now, I still haven't fixed it. Oh my goodness, I'm such a mess. Oh my goodness. So it is so hard not to talk about uh, just the second and third issue of the comic that I'm working on with when it pertains to the Fierce Cosmic fan comic, and then just like ask you straight up questions about it stuff. It's just like because most people probably you know don't have access in that same kind of way because even like on Discord, it's just like you have a cosmic questions section, and I'm just like, I don't want to bug him. He's probably busy. um, but which is, I don't know what you're doing. You might be sitting on the couch going like, oh, what am I gonna do? I'm so bored. I wish someone would ask me a question. If only I had a question to answer. Uh, See, it's it's the lives that you imagine people having that really trip you up. Cause like, how about you think about your own life, buddy? You got your own problems. Um, Oof, I picked a bad angle. Not a bad angle, a hard angle. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, I forgot this guy. I'm drawing Piper right now. I forgot he had a cape. It's so cool. He's got a cape. Uh, wasn't planning on drawing a bunch of fierce characters tonight, but that's just how it kind of turned out. That makes it cool. Oh, jeez. So one of the biggest bummers for me was redesigning all the characters, getting them all ready for the comic, and then it got to the process where I was actually putting the storyboard together for the comic, and realizing it's like, oh, because I decided to make this a prequel, you know, to or intraquel, I guess I should say, because it goes between Cosmic Space Heist and Cosmic World? Land? What is it? Land? I can't remember game names right now. Cosmic Land. Super Cosmic Land. Yeah. So the fact that it takes place between those two was just like, oh, I'm not going to be using half these characters because, you know, they're not here yet. Like General Malice and all that stuff. It's just like, oh, no, they're not here yet. So and I know I'm not really beholden to be exactly on canon. Again, it's a fan comic, so it's like, oh, I'm not required to be 100% correct. And we already kind of joked about it on Discord. Super Cosmic Heist. Super Cosmic Heist. Super Cosmic. Yeah, that's right. I'm not required to be 100% accurate with all this stuff, because it's like whenever I read any of my like a comic from any of the other franchises I like, you know, the comics tend to be different in very interesting ways. So, and I'm hoping that's going to be the case here, because the way I usually handle properties, because this isn't my first radio by any stretch of the imagination, but the fact that it's like usually people don't let me play with a you know, I'm just going to use this expression, but usually other people don't let me play with their toys. So the fact that you let me do that is just like, oh, hey, because and it's not like I can't just do it, you know, but at the end of the day I'm just like, you know what, I I'd rather have like the person like straight up say, hey, do it or don't do it. And the fact that I have like a no response at all, it makes me not want to have to deal with it. But man, he's got all these extra bells and whistles on him. I guess that makes sense though. No, I might turn that into a full picture. That's pretty cool. My goodness. How are we doing? We're about halfway through. Oh boy. I probably should pick a solid time to end the stream too, because it's like, I don't know. 4 hours doesn't sound long to me, but you know, it might be longer than anybody's willing to engage with my content, so. I'm trying so hard not to draw 699. I draw enough of those. Picking another character to draw. You know what? Why not? Thinking. I'm changing my mind. A lot of this is me making decisions. I guess I could just draw something new. It's not. It's usually what I use my doodles for. You know what? Hold up. I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna do some things. I'll draw some other characters. That's because I need practice with these comics I'm gonna be drawing next year. I'm gonna want the practice. I am going to want the practice. Okay. I don't know why I worked so hard on that hand. Don't know why I did that. Have I thought about drawing oof. Yes. Yes, I have. And I even have drawn a couple of sketches. But I've never been happy with the end results I put out of them. Um, so it's just I'm not familiar enough. I'll keep on practicing with that, but um, because the main thing I do mostly is I take things from particular styles and then put them into other styles. Is kind of the main thing I do. So, but there everyone and that's the thing is like it makes me feel pretty good about how I draw, but then eventually like every once in a while you run into these roadblocks where it's just like all of a sudden you try to draw somebody else's style and it's just like there's things about this style I don't quite understand. Um, and those are one of the people's styles I can't quite figure out quite yet. There's something that will unlock it all and just bestow upon me all the knowledge I need to have to get it, but I have not quite figured that out. So, um, yeah, but I mean, if somebody requested it from me on if I had an open slot, which I did have an open slot that I a couple months back. I don't think your Discord was the one that responded to it. Somebody else's did, but like if somebody requested that, it definitely put a fire under my butt to actually figure it out because one of the things is like all the time people like, oh, just draw it in whatever style you want, and I'm just like, well, no. I want to draw it in the style it was designed in. So, which now if somebody's just like, hey, draw this in that style, then it's like, yeah, okay, that's the request, right? But well, that's the point of doing it. But for me, where it's just like, hey, if you're gonna draw, I think it was oh shoot, yeah, it was Raven from Teen Titans. Somebody asked me to draw her, and I was just like, oh okay, and then I did it, but it took me like 3 weeks of sketches just to try to figure out like her face proportions on her head because like one of the things about that entire show is their proportions are very distinct. I didn't realize it. Like I didn't figure out for a long time, but until I tried doing it. But it's like everybody's hands in that show. And after I tell you this, you're gonna not unsee it. Like everybody's hands in that show, except for Starfire's, I think they're all big. They're like really big hands. So, but and their face proportions aren't exactly what I'm used to drawing on just heads in general. But yeah, that one ran me over a loop. But I mean, I'm not opposed to drawing the. And forgive me if I'm mispronouncing this. Zetchans. Is it Zetchan or is it Zatchan? It's an A, so Zat Chan. I've read that like a bajillion times. I've never actually had to say it out loud though. Zant Chan's characters. So I mean, I want to. I'm trying, but I haven't had anything I'm happy with. Is like, as I guess the short answer. If I just answer the question, because I definitely want to. But I don't know. They put out amazing art by themselves, I think. Because I'm gonna double check this real quick. Because now I'm getting paranoid. Maybe we're talking about two different people. We're probably talking about the same person, but you never know. You never know. Oh, come on. I gotta have something by them. Yeah. Okay, we're talking about the same person. Cool. I got paranoid there for a minute. For a spell. Um, but it's I don't know what they do, and I don't know if it's just like a filter they slap on their art, or if it's something that they actively some trick they pull with it. But it's like I like how bloomy everything looks in a lot of their pictures. It like one of the things about I'm this is just my opinion, but their art is full of you can see light in it. I can't I don't know how else to describe it. Where it's just like, oh hey, I can tell that there's like a sun or and it's shining through the leaves and all that stuff. Or if they're in, I don't know, even like some of the pictures where they're doing like mood lighting and things like that. It's just like pretty good at it. I will admit I'm pretty jealous of it. Um, I think they do a really good job. I don't know. Maybe I should do that right now. Maybe I should. Sorry, Mr. Guy. I don't like how you're turning out. I'm gonna push you over for different characters. Oh, that's not what I'm intended to do. I'm gonna slide you over here. I'll finish you later. Cause I'm not kidding. Here, just a reminder. A reminder of my inadequacies? Man, I can't even speak. Yeah, you convinced me. I'm gonna I'm gonna practice some of that right now, cause I have not. Oh, but who should I try drawing this time? Got so many characters. You probably saw their oh, what was it? The Stardust anniversary picture they did. It's just like, oh shoot, the roster on this is huge. Although, I should probably confess straight up that it's like I've only dipped my toes into the actual comic they make or comics because I know, well, I don't know. Is that a comic? I know they got the second thing that's like was it a high school thing or something? I don't know if that's just text or if that's actually like another comic they do. I know there's a way for me to figure out. Sorry if you're looking at nothing right now, but let me look this up. Sky High. Yeah, start as Sky High. Which I don't know if that's another comic or not, but If that is, that's extremely impressive. But if it's not, I don't know what it is. I'm curious. I'll figure it out. Yes, Webtoons is where I was starting to read their stuff. Um, which that's just the regular Stardust comic that I think I'm reading. Yeah, yeah, that's just a regular. So I dipped my toes into that, and I was really surprised. It's just like, oh wow, there wasn't as much as I thought there was going into it, and so it's just like, and I'm not saying that as a bad thing. That's a good thing for me because I'm just like, oh shoot, how many years have they been making this? And then you go look at it. It's like, oh no, actually these are like good. I can actually consume this level of content. I was so relieved that it wasn't like something I have to read for like hundreds of years. But I dipped my toes into it, and I was just like, oh okay, yeah, I like the vibes that this is giving off. Um, but I haven't gotten to the point of actually memorizing characters' names quite yet. Beyond, oh shoot, like I even constantly forget the main character. What's their name? Shoot, that's gonna bug me. Shoot. Um, but and then I know on your Discord, I know that the Bat Lady character, what was it? Is it Celeste? Am I saying that right? Yeah, I think it's Celeste. I'm guessing that's that character's name. That's just me randomly guessing. I know they pop up on your Discord from time to time, just art of them. So, which I don't know what that is about, but it was and that's the thing. It's like I know they have a Discord of their own, right? Because if they have a Discord of their own, I might just. Cause I think. Oh no, I'm already on it. Never mind. I am on their Discord. Uh, that's. I'm gonna get back drawing right now, but I'm gonna try and draw some of their characters. I'm just but Walter. Walter, that's the character's name. Jeez Louise, this took me forever. Yeah, I like Walter. But there are so many characters and stuff. And the thing is, like, I get spooked sometimes because I think the first time I saw their art was on DeviantArt, and sometimes they draw their characters I think with other people's OCs, and so sometimes I'm just like, oh, I'm a fan of this artist, and so I'm gonna draw this character that they draw, and it's just like, oh yeah, but that's a third person's character, and so it's just like, oh no, what have I done? But or maybe they're all theirs, and I'm just messing up against it. It's like what I said. The roster is actually pretty big. Uh, like I love how shiny everything is. Like the gloss of the hair. Like I'm looking at this one picture with sunglasses right now, and it's like, whoa. How do you do it? How do you make everything shiny? Light is just present in all their images in a way I very much like. I am picking this one. Alright. Let's see if I can actually do this. You know, I could make this bigger. Actually, no, because I'm not thinking correctly. I was like, oh wait, yeah, they got a tail and everything else. All right, so let's see if I do this well. It's like a final exam moment. This is a real test. Alright. Oof. I wasn't expecting the gauntlet to get thrown down. I'm at an advantage because this is just a sketch. Actually. Ooh, did I zoom in? I did. I blinked. Alright. Oh boy. I'm feeling bad about this already. Why'd you do it? This is your fault, Fierce. You're the one who did this to me. Oh boy. Okay. Gotta enhance. Okay, jeez. Okay, his ears are 3 heads tall, if my memory serves me right. I might not have enough room. Whatever. Actually, I can move him. I don't have legs. Oh man, I'm hating this. Why'd you do this to me? Why? You're the bane of my existence. Oh boy, yeah, you just shrug your shoulder. Yeah, you would. Oh my goodness. Oh man, goodness. I can't believe we moved on from fan and creator to co-creators to co-workers because I'm working on that game with you, all the way to enemies because he's like, hey, you ever thought about drawing this other person's stuff? Oh my goodness. See this? I think his head's too tall. Did I make his head too tall? Or do I just have his hairline wrong? I think I got his. I do. I solved the mystery. This all this. It goes like right there. Ignore that. See, I'm messing up already. His neckline's way too tall. Okay, yeah. Wait, hold on. I got it. I got it. Oof. Just the. It's so weird because I'm like, oh, that's way too big, and then I look at the picture, like my example, and I'm like, no, that's right. Oh boy, I am not happy with it. Oh boy. Oh geez, Scoob. Okay. Let's try to proportion everything else out, I guess. I got the hard part done. Okay. Uh, Alright. Ah, shoot. Wrong kind of jacket. Okay. So cruel. There we go. I think we got it. Ah, shoot. No. It's a big old... Like, I don't know the rules about this fluffy tail. I can't figure that out either. I might need to take an... Like, if they... I might have to... I don't know. Do they teach a class? Is there a class I could take on this? I have no idea what I'm doing. Is this even close? Is this even close to how it's supposed to be? I have no idea. All right. How's that? How's that look? Be honest. Be brutally honest. Like, I don't want like constructive criticism. I want you to be like, yeah, just straight up. Yeah. How'd I do? Yay. Nay. I'm gonna cry over here while you wait for your response. Jeez. Actually, he's kind of growing on me a bit. He's not so bad, right? Okay, yeah, thank you. Oh, jeez. Oh my goodness. Is this what happens when you stream? Somebody says do a thing and then you do the thing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he is growing on me. They're definitely like I absolutely did not like the way they looked immediately, but the more I'm looking at it, the more I kind of like it. Oh my goodness. Boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, jeez. Now I'm totally stuck. Should I draw another one? I'm I'm open to do at least one, maybe two more. But then I'm gonna have to call it a night. Oh, jeez, because I have a Christmas comic to finish, and then after that, immediately start worrying about the other half of issue 1 for the Cosmic comic after that. So, by the way, I'm 100% certain that the second half of the comic will not be finished until next year. Oh man, I wanted so much to have the first issue out by now, but it didn't work out. Didn't work out at all. Oh boy. I'm gonna pick another one. I think I'm gonna do it. Oh boy. No, I can. Do they have like profiles of like a list of their characters? Because that would really help me out a lot. Because if there was like official rules or something, that sure would help. Yes, sir, Baba Rooney. Maybe the key to this thing is just reading their darn comic. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the clues I haven't been picking up. If I just read the comic, then I'll know more enough about all these characters to do something about it. I had a character in mind, but I'm seeing less and less of them. What I'm looking for is a rule for how the hair's supposed to go. Oh, excuse me. Rules for how the hair's supposed to go on the specific character, but I'm not seeing a good headshot of him. Uh-oh. Oh shoot, it's like an entire story thing. Okay. Oh, hold on. I might have something. Maybe. I'll roll with it. I'll do that. Yeah, sure. Why not? Now, I hope I don't get sold by, um, or sold. What? I hope I don't get sued. That's the word. I hope I don't get sued by Zatchan. But I gotta bring on some examples so I could actually do this right. I hope I'm pronouncing their name right. That'd be like, or gotta read that last comic. Each chapter ends with the last. So I'm right. I just need to read the comic. Darn. Oh my goodness. Okay, you know what? Hold the phone. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Jeez Louise. I feel like an idiot. Uh, I just don't want to go to Webtoons right now. So Webtoons keeps on screwing me over. So every time I send a link out to one of my comics, it just sends people to the front page of Webtoons. I probably should ask if anybody else is getting that, because it's always disappointing when I say, hey, I put out a new comic, and everybody's just like, yeah, I couldn't find it. And it's just like, it's because it doesn't send, like, I send a link directly to my page, and it doesn't go directly to my page. It goes to the front page or one of their more popular comics, and I feel super sabotaged by Webtoons, the website, every time I do that, because it's just like, oh, okay, so I am sending a link out to your website to read my comic, and the people are not reading my comic. They're reading your other people's comics, which is fine. I don't mind people reading other people's comics, but the fact that they skip over the whole point of asking people to go over there in the first place really bugs me. I feel like really stabbed in the back by those people. And every time I like try to talk to somebody about it, it's just like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. So I guess it's just, it can't be just me. Maybe I should ask Xanti. Maybe they know. Maybe they gotta. I know what will make me feel better. Like if I go and look at their very first post on DeviantArt, I bet you it'll make me feel a lot better. Nope. Oh, geez. This person apparently was always a good artist. From day one. Alright, whatever. You know what? I am going to just do it. Oh! Which reminds me. Um. I know you probably saw the Fierce and Walter wallpaper they did in like the old Sonic desktop background style. That's probably my favorite thing they ever did, because that is just amazing. Looks so good. So good. Man, I am having a real. I'm just. Oof. Okay, there's my example. I have my example. Okay. Oh, deja vu. I was just drawing somebody with holding a bouquet of flowers over there. What? That can't be coincidence. Surely conspiracy. Oops. Okay, I just need one more example of some kind. Just something. The internet is really just like not cooperating with me right now. Hey, look. Actually, yeah. There we go. That's all I was looking for. That's a full profile right there. Okay, I got my two pictures. I can now should be able to draw a person perfectly. Right? Wait, that's the key. I probably put a link to their DeviantArt in the description. That's probably the only way I'm gonna get away with this. Well, I'll have my videos taken down or stricken by YouTube, or I don't like, honestly. I don't know how this whole streaming thing works. I could be like playing copyrighted music at full blast right now, and it'd be okay, and I wouldn't know it. I'm just spooked as all. I'm a scaredy boy. It was amazing. Yeah, man. I like that. That was my that was a background for my desktop for about 2 weeks. Oh boy. The 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 oh, what was it? I should specify. The I had it. The picture I brought up earlier, the desktop background that was done in the Sonic style, that I had for my background for about 2 weeks. And to let you clue you into my desktop backgrounds usually, is I usually draw my own, and that's it. But and whenever I want it to change, I just draw myself a new one. So, but oh no, my music is getting close to the end. I got that the soundtrack to what was it Spark the Electric Duster 3. I got the soundtrack to that, and I've been listening to that a lot lately. It's some pretty good music. It's funny because I'm like, well, how many times can you do the same song before it gets like boring or whatever? But that's one, like, I don't know, that entire, I think they're all bangers like throughout in that entire thing. You know what? I'm gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna change this a bit. Actually, I've changed my mind. I want more like this. Yeah, that's it. Oof. How's that look? Blah, 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 blah. I can't speak again. Oh, jeez. trying to look this up. I was like, wait, is this? I know it looks like a bunch of gobbledygook nonsense right now, but actually, I swear it looked good better later. Wait, why is this not? Oh. See, the thing I'm scared of is her hair. That's what I'm. Because I don't know. It's what I have nightmares about. Okay. Remember, kids, hair is frightening in a myriad of ways. It's not so bad. It's okay. It's still good. Okay. She actually has a lot more going on with her eyelashes than I thought. Yeah, I can't figure out faces. I'll figure this out eventually. Mark my words. I am determined. Yeah, okay. No negative feedback. That's good. We're on the right track. do, 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 do. Actually, I need to clean up on all this stuff. I warned myself and I didn't listen. Focusing too hard on that face. I should probably just use the eraser. Oops. Alrighty. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Okay. Huh. I gotta do some more research. Hold up. Okay, no, they're just alright. I had to double check some measurements. And apparently, if my research is correct, it's just whatever you want them to be. But that actually works out. uh, whoops. Erased. So I don't. Is that our usual costume? I guess it is. Well, no. There's some variants and stuff like that, huh? Oh, I know what I'm forgetting. I probably should go back to YouTube, make sure I'm still recording. Yeah, okay. I'm still recording. Congratulations. Did I draw this on the wrong layer? I did. Hold on, I need to do disaster management. Talk about all these. Oops. Not save. Paste. Edit. Paste. Jeez Louise. Oh my goodness gracious. I must be a save-aholic. Okay. Yes. Okay. Cool. Alright. We're good now. Ah, jeez. Yeah, I need to write a reminder. A N T. I'm just making a joke here. That way I know. Not an original character. I designed so many characters though. It's just like it's hard to keep up. I don't think I'd mistaken that one for one of mine though. Actually, I probably want to keep. Is there good? Not a good. A different. Gotta figure it out, boy. Boy, you need to find it out. Okay, yeah, this one. This was the one I remembered. That one. That's the costume I remember. That's extremely simplified. Do I want to go full blown with it? Just like all the maximum detail? Actually, now that I'm looking at this is probably one I want to finish as well. Just thinking. Okay, what's going on here? Alright, fine. You know what? It's fine. Fine, whatever. It doesn't matter. I just did the same mistake twice. Can't believe I did that. Thing is I'm liking how this picture is turning out so well. I might actually take into a full blown. It might go beyond the doodle. Whoa, my zoom is going crazy. Actually, I like the more complicated clothes better. I'm gonna do it. I guess I don't need this anymore. Oh, goodbye. Example. I no longer need you. Oh, it was nice knowing you. Oh, so sad. Ah, it's inevitable. I don't, probably a million artists have made that joke by now. Probably. Oh, she's got like a jacket thing. Okay. All right. I am. Oh, it's got like. All right. All right. No, that's actually a really cool design. Hold the phone. Oh, jeez. I think I think somebody, just a hint, somebody might have an eye for fashion that I completely lack. Oof. All right. Oh, I think this might be the last song. I might have to find myself a new soundtrack to listen to. Wait, it's on the outside. Oops. Okay. I'm gonna have to make a lot of assumptions about this. The cool armband thing. Even the goggles. Ah, hey. This is a genius. I didn't think this originally, but now that I'm drawing it, it might have upgraded it in my mind from being a good design to like genius design. Cause I'm being convinced. I'm being convinced that this might just be a really well designed character. just I suspect. I suspect. I I I think they know what they're doing. Yeah. I'm getting convinced pretty quickly here. I think Zantian might be onto something. They might be just maybe. They might be onto something with this Did I get this right? Close enough. Are they off balance? Yeah, I think this character might be extremely well designed. Now that I'm drawing them, I'm thinking they might, because this is actually a pretty fun character to draw. Maybe I should do a Stardust fan comic, huh? Yeah, I don't know, Fierce. I think we. I might have to change my focus. Oh no, you want to see that? La 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 la. Race. Swoosh. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and steal some colors. Sorry, Zansaren. I'm gonna steal all your colors. Gonna steal all the colors. Cause no, not really. I'm not gonna grab the black because that would just be a not smart idea. Yeah, I think this is secretly a geniusly designed character, and I just haven't been that observant. I think there's a lot more going on here than I originally suspected. I think there's this is an. I've devolved into saying the same thing over and over again. Because this is actually a pretty fun character to draw. I'm starting to see the appeal here. Oh. Like, look at this. Like, actually, okay, I'm gonna go in art mode, right? Because I'm looking. Okay, it's not that. Okay, I thought it was something, but it was not something. Okay, I thought it was something, but it was actually nothing. I thought he was doing something sneak. I thought they were doing something sneaky with their highlights. I thought Zant Chan was doing something sneaky, but it turns out, nope. Just doing regular, not sneaky. Oh, and then like, is that Red Eyes? Nah, this one has orange. I don't know. I don't trust that. That's such low fidelity. Can you be sure? Maybe. I am convinced. I am convinced that this is actually an extremely well designed character. That was not my initial impression, but now that I'm drawing them, I'm thinking it's probably a really good one. So like a yeah, that'll work. I know I said I wasn't going to do any of the black, but here I am. Here I am. I'm coloring it all in. Yeah, I think I've decided. I'm going to take this sketch and I'm actually going to make a full image. Because probably not today. But I am extremely satisfied with that. All right. Well, Fierce, you convinced me. Yeah, you really did. So this is me announcing that I'm going to be leaving your Discord and going to Zanchan's Discord instead, and I guess you'll live a nice life. No, I'm just kidding. But that is a good character design. I am impressed because I tried drawing some of the other characters, but I never tried drawing her. I gotta read that comic, I guess. I guess I have to. I think. Actually, I'm just gonna do this. Yeah, you know, whatever. I'll just leave it like that. All right. So I'm thinking I'm gonna end the stream here. Oh, don't worry. I'm still here, Fierce. I'm still gonna be doing all the stuff, but jeez, just that is. I wasn't expecting that tonight. I thought I was just gonna pop out some logo characters and stuff, and looking at the whole thing, I'm thinking I only drew one. I think I only drew 2 of my own original characters on this entire sheet. Huh. I don't like the empty space, but I'm running out of time. Maybe I'll fill in the rest later. On not on stream, but yeah. I'm thinking I'm probably gonna do some full images of at least 2 of these. So that's a pretty good sketch fest. All right. Thank you very much for commenting and stuff, and it was good just hanging out with you for a couple hours, I guess. I don't know if anybody else logged in, and it still says 0 current viewers, so I don't know about that. But yeah, I think that wasn't a half bad first stream, so I guess I'll keep on doing this. I'll keep on trying it out. All right. Well, if anybody other than Fierce is watching, then I guess you all have a good night. And Fierce, thanks for chatting me up and talking about that stuff and commenting. I hope everybody has a good night. All right.